Welcome, everyone. We are here with Watch Me Video doing a live interview talking to Chef Tom. How are you, Chef Tom?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm sitting in a nice air conditioned room. It's 105 outside.
That
and
makes two of us. It's about 95 out here today in Cali. So, yeah,
yeah, I am very grateful for air conditioning.
me too.
Yes, in the desert. So tell me a little bit about your channel and what you do.
Um, my channel, I do cooking videos. You think watching me video, it's about cooking. It's like, yeah, I've been a professional chef for almost 20 years now. I actually graduated from culinary school in 2005. I've been doing this for a very long time, and what really started this channel is I've been a culinary arts teacher at Fairfield High School for 5 years. When COVID first hit, and they told us, and I'm a hands-on physical career technical education program. I'm a career training course, and they told us, well, you have to start teaching everything virtually. I was like, whoa. And you got 2 weeks to figure it out. You got 2 weeks off. Now you got to come back. You got to teach these kids for the rest of the year, possibly next year. And you have to teach your program, which is all hands on, virtually.
Yeah, I did that too.
Oh, okay. What are we going to do with this? So, picked up a couple tripods, grabbed my iPhone, I grabbed my work laptop, my work iPad, and we figured it out. And once I started doing this, I kind of started getting good at it. It was a lot of fun. I bought a couple more tablets. We ended up with like 5 camera angles in my classroom for the kids to see what's going on. And when I did this, my department chair, who was our band teacher at the time, he said, "You really need to pursue this. You're really good at this." Every single teacher who says who does the best at virtual learning right now at school says it's you. I mean, I even got a Teacher of the Year nomination for being good at distance learning and making my class really engaging.
Nice.
So I didn't win, but I got a nomination, which is good enough for me.
That's really good.
So at the end of the 2020 school year, it was a 2021 school year. Every single teacher got a bonus, which was a very significant bonus. And I told my wife, I said, I really want to pursue this. I want to start a YouTube channel. And I had done some stuff, and I had filmed some episodes with my tablet and used some content that I had created for assignments for the kids and kind of cut it and edited it and posted his videos with some intros and stuff. I said, I really want to pursue this. I really want to go all in, and and she's like, it's your money. You do it. And she totally supported me. I went down to Best Buy and I bought a new camera. I bought a GoPro. I went on to Amazon. I looked at used stuff. I bought lens. I got a new lens, and I just kept doing it. And I've kept working at it. And it's just a passion of mine. And actually, before I wanted to get into the culinary arts, I actually wanted to get into making videos. I actually used to write. I wanted to write, and I actually took a script writing course in college, but everybody who's practical says, oh, you can't do that. Get your head out of the clouds, find something sensible. And I followed that. And now this is a chance to be able to relive that. And I'm really having a lot of fun.
Yes, yes. I I love doing the same stuff too. Bill says hello, and
Hey, Bill, what's up?
in the kitchen with Karen says hi, Tom and Jesse. I think Tom and I live like an hour from each other. Cool.
Hi,
Yeah.
Karen. Where do you live? I live in Fairfield,
I'm not sure
Fairfield,
what
California.
she's in California. Let's see if she'll pop that up on the chat here. So cooking is your full-time job then?
Yes, it is. I am a full-time tenured culinary arts teacher. I work at a high school during the day, and at night I actually teach culinary arts for the Fairfield Student Adult School. I actually have 2 jobs. This is my third.
So some of your first videos that are on your channel, those are you teaching your students how to cook in the high school
Yes,
class?
I have the first one I did is we actually did I did a knife skill video is the first one I recorded. And this is really a pat on I pat myself on the back for this. my knife skill video is actually used in our district to train the school cooks how to
Cool.
cut up vegetables, which is a really cool thing. But that's one of the first videos, some of the first videos I've done, which are really, really early. You can tell which ones are the early ones, are the ones where I was using this content to teach my students during the middle of a pandemic.
Well, I think knife skills is a good thing for anybody to learn. I don't have good knife skills, so I'm gonna re-watch your video several times. She says, I live in Oakley, Brentwood area, so like 40 minutes from you.
That's awesome, Karen. We should collab.
Yeah, she's
Just saying.
wonderful. We've done a couple collaborations before, and she's actually going to be on the show coming up pretty soon. So
Very
you'll have
cool.
to tune in when she's live with me too.
Very cool.
So what is your favorite video on your channel?
My favorite video on my channel. Oh, which one is that? I think my favorite video I did was when I did the video where I was featuring two really funky ingredients that people just don't like to cook with: blue cheese and black garlic.
Huh. I've never had black garlic. I've seen it
It's
used in a
fermented
cartoon.
garlic. I was very lucky. Black Garlic Farms in Pensacola, Florida, actually sent me a whole case of black garlic for my students to use.
So it grows that way, or you're saying it's
You
fermented?
actually ferment it. It's a ferment. There goes through a fermentation process, and it's actually fermented garlic. It smells really good.
So
It was really
normally it's just regular garlic until it's
regular
fermented.
garlic, but it goes through a fermentation process and it becomes black garlic.
Cool, good to know.
And I actually got to guest chef at a high school in Oregon, where I'm originally from. It was Phoenix High School over by Medford, and they sent me down 4 cases of Stilton blue cheese, and Stilton blue cheese is about $5 an ounce. And I got 4 cases of it sitting in my freezer right now at work because I didn't want it to spoil over the summer. And we made this video, and we did Stilton blue cheese and black garlic, and I used it in 2 different dishes. I made a tri-tip burger. I actually ground the meat on our meat grinder. I made a tri-tip burger with a Stilton blue cheese relish and black garlic aioli. And then I did a Stilton blue cheese and black garlic fettuccine Alfredo, and I actually made the pasta from scratch. We did 2
How did
really
it
good.
taste?
It was phenomenal. My students tasted it. They loved it. One of the cool things at my school is we actually have a restaurant that is part of the culinary program, and it's a beautiful restaurant. They spent $2 million on it. It's really, really nice. And I use that to film a couple of YouTube episodes just to save space because I have a lot of people living in. We have 5 people living in the house right now. So, but I can't do that over the summer. So I'm here.
Well, your students must just absolutely love that program. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, some of them do, and they're the ones I'm in it for, and the ones who don't have grown to love it and respect it, and that's fine.
Yeah. Let's see. Karen says, sounds amazing. I'm so hungry. Yeah, I know, right?
That's my job. That's my job.
So has your channel changed over the time you've been on? Like, has it taken on a kind of a life of its own and changed directions for you?
A little bit, somewhat. It has. My biggest thing is, everybody wants to break the algorithm and get those numbers up and get those subscribers. Over the last year, when I first started, I was at like 48 subscribers. Now I'm at 258, which, you know what? And everybody's like, well, that's not very good numbers. I don't care. Those 258 people, those are my people. Those
Exactly.
my
Yeah.
people. All 258 of them. Those are my people, and I'm doing my videos for them. So, but it has taken on a mind of its own. We've actually expanded. I do 2 series now. I have mine, Watch Me Cook, and then my wife, and actually I get to step behind the camera, and she gets to be on camera, and it's kind of a fictional / where we're focusing on something that's kind of more storytelling than cooking. We're doing a series called Nora and Henny's Cupcake Adventure, our little purple hippopotamus, and it's kind of a fictional thing. Little purple hippopotamus. She gets adopted by her forever family, and her mama make cupcakes together, and they get this really great adventures. We filmed one episode, kind of did a dry run just to test it out to see where we wanted to go with it. We're working on episode 2 right now, and that's where it's expanded. Plus, we're doing some different things, and just trying to make the videos more precise. I'm always working on editing. I'm always trying to better myself. When I'm not filming, I'm watching YouTube videos trying to see, how did these people set it up? How can I emulate this? How can I get good lighting? How can I change my aperture to get a really nice thumbnail? You know, I'm all in, like everyone else is.
That's great. That's really good. Does your wife like being on camera?
She does. She is not as crazy about it as I am, but she has fun with it, and it's one way that she and I can spend time together, because doing all the editing and all the filming, it takes time away from your family, and I wanted this to be something that she and I can do together. She loves making cupcakes. She's really good at it. I want her to share that with the world. I want her to share with the world that, yes, she does use a box cake mix. You know, some people aren't comfortable with baking. I want him to show that you can take something like that and you can make it spectacular and put your own spin on it and have a lot of fun. I don't want it to be intimidating. I want people to say, hey, if she can do that, I can do that too.
Yeah. Some of the best cake I've ever had is a strawberry cake mix made with strawberry yogurt. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do amazing things.
The first episode she did cotton candy flavored cupcakes. She gets this cotton candy flavoring. And she actually did a fruit punch frosting, and she dyed it red and blue and made these all-American cupcakes, and they were fantastic.
Cool. That's great. Yeah. My husband's done just a few videos with me, but I think we have fun making them, and he doesn't edit anything, but I would love to see like us both edit the same video, you know, like totally separately, and see what he would come up with versus what I would come up with.
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun because we both tell totally different stories in both versions, you know?
Absolutely.
So what was like the first thing that you cooked that you really understood that you loved cooking?
Wow. I think it was when I was 7, actually. Told my mom I found this Better Homes and Gardens junior cookbook, and I opened it up, and there were these personal pan pizzas, and it wasn't anything fancy. I opened up a can of tomato sauce, dried oregano. I got some Pillsbury biscuit dough, sliced up some hot dogs, put it on there, and covered it with cheese, and I made them in the oven.
Wow. Hot dogs.
And then after that,
was our hot dogs good with oregano?
It's all right. I was 7.
Yeah, things tend to taste different then, huh?
Yes, they do.
So what is your favorite thing to make now?
My favorite thing, I have a few of them. I love a good plate of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, vegetables.
Yeah.
When I worked in a retirement community for 10 years. I was the lead cook at the assisted living facility, and my favorite special to do on a Sunday was a classic British roast dinner. Roast beef tenderloin, Yorkshire puddings, peas cooked with mint, and a whole lot of gravy. Really, really great dish.
Mint. Huh.
Yeah, peas and mint, really great combination. I love to do a good spaghetti bolognese. I love to make pizza. I love to do a really good stir fry. I have a lot of different favorite dishes. I can't really pick one.
That's one thing that I want to make coming up is a stir fry. It's so fun, and I forget to cook it enough, you know? It's so, it can be so varied and so delicious in so many different ways, and I don't know why I don't remember to cook it more often. Yeah. What do you not like to cook?
Any kind of organ meat. Some people live for that stuff. You know what? It's okay. And if you want me to cook it, I will. I will. It's fine. It's fine. I personally believe that we should not waste. And I know there's some
Mhm.
chefs here in San Francisco, especially Chris Cosentino. He's all about snout to tail cooking. You can eat everything on the pig, and except for the oink. Yeah, and you know what? And that's fine. And that's fine. I'm not a particular fan of offal. I grew up, my mom, we grew up, we ate the heart, we ate the liver on the beef, we butchered our own cattle. I grew up on a farm. Um, but it's just something I'm not very big. Also, I'm not very big on, I don't like to cook a lot of processed food. You know,
Yeah,
chicken nuggets, not my personal favorite. They're pretty
yeah,
disgusting. I like, if I'm going to do them, I'm going to make them myself.
yeah. Let's see. In the kitchen with Karen, you can't beat meatloaf and mashed potatoes.
No, you can't.
No,
And
you can't.
if you get 50 different cooks in a room and you tell them to make meatloaf, you're going to get it done 50 different ways.
Yeah.
And every single way is going to be phenomenal, except for those people who put raw onions in their meatloaf. They need to be shot. I'm sorry, they do.
Do you put celery in your meatloaf?
Yes, I
Yeah.
saute it first. I cook it down until it gets nice and brown. Um, Carrots, celery, garlic. For good luck, I put a couple bottles of beer in there.
Hmm.
For the glaze, I use ketchup and balsamic vinegar, and I cook it really, really low so the ketchup caramelizes onto the meatloaf instead of just burning onto the meatloaf.
I never make a glaze on mine, but
Yeah,
I do like to serve it with a little bit of cream cheese.
yeah.
Good. That's
My
yummy.
friend, my coworker, his name is Roldan, did a turkey meatloaf one time, and he mixed ketchup and cranberry sauce together, and he put it on that meatloaf and baked it in the oven. It was the best thing I have ever eaten. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make this for Thanksgiving. It's that good. So
I've
it's a
made
really, really good.
I've made ham with cranberries and dried figs, and those
Yes.
that was really, really good. Karen said,
Yes.
"Yes, agree about the Russians." You use
Yeah.
balsamic too. Maybe
Yeah.
I should try that
The
sometime.
thing with the raw onions in the meatloaf, if you put raw onions in there while it's cooking, the raw onions will actually steam your meatloaf. It won't taste roasted, it'll taste boiled.
Oh,
If you
interesting.
saute your meatloaf, season the vegetables well, saute the vegetables, season them, get all that water out of them, actually start caramelizing your vegetables, and then you let them cool down and you fold them in the meatloaf. It just creates another depth of flavor.
Interesting. Yeah. I think that I do that. I saute um everything before I mix it in as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. So what is the most popular dish that you make? What do your students like to make the most?
I think one of the most popular dishes that we have done, that my students and I've done, is pasta and just basic tomato sauce. It's a popular dish. It's one of the most popular dishes we serve at our restaurant, the Falcon Grill, and because it's so simple. And my students, when they're looking around for the pasta, they're like, "Where's the dried noodles, chef?" And it's like, "There's the eggs, there's the flour, there's the olive oil. Here's the recipe. Get it done." They're actually rolling out the pasta. They're actually hanging it up on the speed racks. When it's like, "Chef, we need boneless, skinless chicken breasts." So there's whole chickens in the walk-in. There's the butcher tit. We have a full commercial butcher block station,
Wow.
and that the kids actually learn basic butchery skills in. And
Nice.
yeah, it is a very popular dish because it's really simple to make. And when we serve it to our guests at the restaurant, we put a ton of butter in it, so that works too.
Butter makes everything better.
Oh yeah, it makes the food shiny when
Yes.
you're presenting it to people. It's got that nice
Mhm.
sheen to it. Shine creates appeal. It's
I've
true.
never made my own pasta ever. Is that bad?
No,
Okay.
it's a
And I'm so
labor of love. It
glad.
takes a lot of work.
Well, I we found gluten-free pasta, and so, like, that changed that added to a lot of what we can cook now because there wasn't really a good gluten-free pasta out
Oh
there.
yeah, I love good gluten free pasta, and
Yeah.
I use it all the time. I actually I have written 2 cookbooks that are gluten and dairy free. Um,
Nice.
yeah,
Wow, let's see, we've got another comment here. Koopsta 33. Penne
Penne
alla
alla
vodka.
vodka with grilled chicken. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yum. That sounds really good. That sounds really, really
Here's
good.
another thing, and this is going to be something that people will not believe, but I don't like chicken.
I have a hard time cooking chicken because I'm always scared that I'm going to either undercook it or overcook it. So
I don't have a problem cooking chicken. It's just that when I was a kid, we raised them. I'm on a
Mhm.
farm, and every summer, it's like Dad wakes us up at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's chicken plucking time right now. Oh,
I always had to
so
pick the to get the eggs.
We had to watch him chop the heads off,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
them in the water. We had to pluck them. Mom took the guts out. We cut them all up. Mom cut them
yeah.
all up, and we broke them down. And every kid had to pluck chickens all summer. And it's like, so
Yeah.
much for summer break. But you know
You
what?
know too much, huh?
Yeah. So it was kind of a dumb question to ask Mom. Mom, what's for dinner? Chicken, chicken and rice, roasted chicken, chicken and dumplings,
Yep.
chicken and noodles. It's like my brother's like, what's for dinner? He's like, don't ask a stupid question. It's chicken.
So what's something that you would like to cook that you haven't had the opportunity to cook?
Wow. What is something that I would like to cook that I have not had the opportunity to do? I have never made this before. I want to make this. I have never made Peking duck.
Interesting. I never have either. I've watched my mom make it, but I've never made it myself.
It is a very long process. It takes 3 days to make, I guess. There's some people who actually have to separate the skin from the meat. I've seen it done where somebody actually used an air compressor. Some people use like bicycle pumps to do it.
Yeah, I've heard of that too.
That's something I've always wanted to do. I've gotten to cook a lot of really cool stuff. I've had alligator, I've had rattlesnake, had haggis. I've gotten to roast a whole pig for my sister's wedding. I have never ever made Peking duck. Now I've done it Southern style. Took a duck and I poached it, and then I deep fried it whole, Southern style, deep fried duck, just like a deep fried turkey.
Mm-hmm.
The skin was beautiful. The meat was really moist, but I've never done Peking duck.
Well, that sounds like a good Christmas project.
Yes, Coops
The
says
33.
chili is always good and easy. Actually, I have a video, gluten-free Texas-style chili.
Yes, you do. And it
But
looks
you know what?
really good.
That video, I liked it. Just some of the color in it, I look back on it and I know how I can make it better. And that's when I did the Reuben flatbread. I changed my aperture when I did my thumbnail and it looked a lot better.
Yeah.
So, constant learn and adjust and improve.
In the kitchen with Karen said that would give me nightmares. I think she's talking about the chickens, not the chili. So,
Yeah,
I
it
think we
did give me
changed subjects.
nightmares.
Yes. So is there one dish that's like your go-to? You don't have a lot of time to cook anything, so you're just gonna make this dish. Is there something that you do you like? Just yeah, this is an easy dinner night.
Just spaghetti meat sauce.
Yeah.
Make some marinara, let it cook down. You can set it and forget it all day. You can freeze it, bring it out. That's one thing we would do with our bolognese sauce for the restaurant. We'd actually make big batch of it. We'd freeze it. When you eat it, scoop it out, put it in a pan, boil your pasta, throw it in there, toss it in the sauce to finish it. Go buy a loaf of garlic bread at the store. Pick up a loaf of garlic bread at the store. 15 minutes is done. Dinner's on the table.
I think mine is probably like just fried hamburger patties and mashed potatoes and gravy.
Yeah.
And now with the gluten-free flour blends that are really good, the gravy is really easy. And
Yes,
I'm so grateful for that too. The cut for cut blend is really nice.
Yes,
Yellow Culinary Arts. You were about to have 8,000 views on Watch Me videos. That's good. That's so cool.
Yes, actually, Yellow Culinary Arts he just graduated from Fairfield High. He was one of my students. Yellow Culinary Arts is one of my young Padawans.
Cool. So Yellow culinary arts, what's your favorite thing to cook? What's your favorite things that you learned to cook? Answer us in the chat, please.
Yes.
I sound like a radio host, huh?
And if you're watching right now, hi Nelly, hi mom, hi dad. I know I'm talking about chickens and chicken plucking and back when you guys were in your prime, but you know what? I have no regrets. You are wonderful parents.
You learned a lot from all of those things, huh? Yep.
Yes, I learned that there's more to life than chicken.
So now growing up on a farm and stuff, you got like that experience. Are you able to buy like locally produced um meat and vegetables now where you are?
One of the really cool places we have here in our area is about 30 miles away in Davis, California. We have the Davis Co-op, and we actually have a lot of stuff there is just locally sourced. A lot of it's all organic. It's just a really, really good place to buy stuff. It's a little more expensive, but organic is a lot more healthier, they say, I believe. And when you're buying good food, you're making an investment in your health. What would you rather buy? A little more money for good food or a lot more money on medical bills?
Are
You know,
you
it's
able to do that through the school program too, to buy there also?
we do pretty good. We actually have a garden club at our school where we actually have gardening.
That's
I'm
so
going to be,
cool.
and next year we're actually going to be partnering with the garden club and using some of the stuff they produce actually at the restaurant. I'm hoping we can do that. That's kind of my plan, but we will see what happens.
Are they growing like herbs and stuff that you can dry
Yes,
and
they're
use?
growing herbs, they're growing tomatoes, they're growing vegetables. It's good
How
stuff. But we get
fun.
our stuff through Cisco. We're kind of on a budget, just of what we can get, but we try to get really, really good stuff. When my students make their tomato sauce for like our just basic tomato sauce, they make it from fresh tomatoes. They when they're making, it's like, well, we got to get broth. They use the bones that we have left over when they're butchering out the chickens or breaking the chickens down. They make their own stock. We order all of our onions, carrots, celery, potatoes. When they do French fries, we don't buy them frozen. They cut them, they blanch them, and they cook them themselves.
That sounds like a pretty intense program. I mean, my home ec class I thought was really good and I thought I learned a lot, but it sounds like you guys are learning so much stuff. That's really, really great.
We're trying.
They're going to come away with a very good understanding of what it takes, huh?
Yes.
So tell me, what's your favorite restaurant in that area for like just casual dining? Where do you like to go eat when you go out?
Just casual dining. My wife and I were actually at this restaurant in Vacaville. It's Taqueria El Tejaban. There's two locations. There's one in Vacaville. There's one in Fairfield. I like to go there. They have really, really good. Their Mexican food is amazing. My wife likes the lengua quesadillas. I like the carne asada super tacos.
Mm.
They're really, really good. I don't get a chance to go out to eat a lot, but when we do, we like to go to places like that. Sometimes we'll go to a chain restaurant. Just depends on where we're at.
Do you have a favorite fast food restaurant?
Favorite fast food. Oh, all the other chefs in the world are going to hate me for this. Taco Bell.
I knew that's what you were going to say. You're going to say Taco Bell. They have some really good stuff.
They do. Taco Bell's good. I also like there's another place in California we have. Everyone's like, oh, you must like In-N-Out. No, In-N-Out's good, but every time I go there, there's a line 15 miles long.
Uh-huh.
Another place I really like is Nation's Giant Hamburgers.
I've heard of that.
Because they load the burger on and there's about this much burger and about that much vegetables. They just load it on and the burgers are great. The pies are fantastic.
Karen, have you tried that where you are Nations? Is that oh yes, she said that. Okay. I like Del Taco. In-N-Out is way overrated. Nations is good. Cool.
Nations is very good.
I'll have to try that next time I'm in California. It's been a while since I've been to California, but
bacon cheeseburgers are the best. I don't get it very often because I have had some health issues. I'm currently type 2 diabetic, and I'd have my gallbladder taken out, and yeah, so
Yeah, that changes things, doesn't it?
yes, it does, and my body will let me know if I ate the wrong thing.
Yep, yep. So what's your best advice in your classroom for someone that's learning how to cook? Like what's the one thing that you want to focus on initially when they're learning?
Listen, learn, write stuff down.
Mhm. My husband constantly tries to remind me to write down my recipes because I'll just like make stuff up and not write stuff down for so I can't ever duplicate the same thing over again. And that
I,
makes me a little
I
crazy.
have to write stuff down because just with what I've had to deal with growing up, a lot of things, a lot of this is something a lot of people don't know about me. When I was 11 years old, I grew up with major learning disabilities, with major physical limitations. I couldn't walk till I was 2 years old, and I couldn't ride a bike till I was 11. And there's things I still struggle with. So I've been through every single analysis test, and by the time I was 11 years old, I was fully diagnosed on the autism spectrum. So I have to write stuff down. I have to do certain things. I have to, in some ways, I have to work twice as hard to get almost the same distance as everybody else.
But you
And
found out how to make it work, huh?
I did, and this is one of the reasons I
Awesome.
love doing this is because I'm working by myself. I'm in my own world, and everything else is tuned out. And I put my head down and I get it done. And there's times the last video I did, the Reuben flatbread pizza, I had
Mhm.
that thing conceptualized, had it written out, had it filmed, edited, and posted in a day.
That's
I
cool.
just I just had my head down and I kept doing it. And this is another reason why I wrote the gluten-free, dairy-free cookbooks is because a lot of moms who have kids with autism, they're on gluten-free, casein-free diets, and
Mhm.
they need recipes to be able to feed their kids. And there's stuff in there. There's pizza. There's spaghetti and meatballs. It's just kids stuff. It's kids food
Yeah.
that they can try. And it was like, well, you'll never make it. Good luck with that. It's like books. These books have been seen in the United States, Canada, England, and Australia. I'm very
Very
proud of that. And I haven't sold that many copies. Only about 150 to 200, but that's okay. It's 150 to 200 people all over the world that I was able to reach out to and help. And that's the most important thing.
Yeah, that you're making a difference. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Let's see. Karen says they actually have a yummy veggie burger at Nations. Is that different than Impossible Burger? Because I've tried an Impossible Burger at Burger King and it wasn't very good. I couldn't go back for another one. But and I've tried other soy burgers and stuff too. And
Yeah.
um yeah, but um the
I've
like a vegetable burger made with like a portobello mushroom or something, that's really good. I like
That's
that.
really good. I've actually seen burgers like made with a lot of spices and black beans and brown rice. And those
Yes. Yeah, I like black beans. Black beans are really versatile.
they are. They
I
are.
I
I've
would
actually
like
made black bean hummus before. It's actually really, really good.
hmm. We use that on nachos a lot. We use black beans a lot. That's so awesome, Tom. Congratulations on the cookbook. It wasn't Impossible Burger. I believe it's their own recipe for burger. Interesting. Yeah, we're
Thank
gonna
you,
have to.
Karen.
Yeah, that's great. We're gonna have to look up that place whenever we get back out there. I don't think that they're in Arizona at all. It's I think that they're probably just in California. Are they in Oregon?
I don't
No.
believe they are. They might be
So
in Portland. I don't know for sure. Portland has everything.
yes, they do. They have everything.
My
We'll
two
find out
favorite
from.
places in Portland, Oregon: Voodoo Donuts and the Portland Knife House.
Maybe Jim's Kitchen will come on here and tell us whether that's
Yeah.
in Portland or not. So, what's your favorite piece of cooking equipment?
Wow. Okay. Besides my knife,
Yes. What kind of knife do you have?
I have a lot of knives. I
A
have
lot.
That's one thing I have a lot of, knives and camera equipment now, which is great. I'm combining my two loves. It's like I'm looking through stuff. I just get paid. It's like, do I want a knife or do I want a lens?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I have like Ginsu knives type knives. Like I'm a knife baby.
I won't hold that against you.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. I
Just
can
good.
still cut things up. It may not be as
They work.
fancy or
They
pretty as
work. They work.
other people.
They work. I think
Yeah.
one of my favorite pieces of equipment that I have is my 12 gauge steel griddle pan. I can cook anything on it. I love my steel pan. It just, I get a nice sear on it. It gets nice and hot. When I did the flatbreads, I actually cooked those to get the color on them on that steel griddle. I could use that and actually throw it in the oven and use it. You know, we have one at where I'm at. I actually have an allergy zone for people who have gluten allergies. So we actually have one of those that we have over there that is used as our gluten-free griddle that we
Nice.
use for making stuff.
So no cross contamination on anything.
No cross contamination. Our entire allergy zone is color coded in purple. Even the knives. We have a Vitamix blender, a food processor. We have an 8-quart mixer over there. We use it just for making gluten-free cakes and gluten-free bread.
That's really great.
So, yeah, that's one thing that we're very, very proud of as far as setting an example for schools around the country that we actually have that process. But that is my favorite piece of equipment.
If you would like to message me a gluten-free bread recipe, I'd love that. Or if you'd like to collaborate on baking a gluten-free bread recipe. I'm very afraid of making bread and I'm very afraid of making cakes. Those are two things that I haven't.
I actually use the box stuff. I use Bob's Red Mill gluten-free bread mix.
Oh, okay.
And I've used the gluten-free cake mix and stuff. And
yeah,
one of the biggest challenges I had to do, and this was a real honor for me because I am a diehard wrestling fan. So I had to do this, and I was doing this workout program, DDP yoga. I haven't been able to do it now lately because I'm recovering from foot surgery. I found out that my favorite wrestler, the guy who invented this, Diamond Dallas Page, was going to be in Stockton. And I had a Bell's palsy attack several years ago. He actually called me on the phone and, talked to me, kind of helped me get back up and get going again. And I had lost feeling in half my face, and it was really scary. So I emailed him because he and I had exchanged emails. And I emailed him and said, "Hey, Dallas, I'm going to be in Stockton. I live in Fairfield. You're going to be in Stockton like an hour away." He's like, "That's great, dude. That's great. Bring me something to eat." I was like, okay. And this guy, very high standards when it comes to food. He wants everything organic, wants everything gluten-free, does not eat cow dairy. Sheep or goat dairy is fine. And he loves Italian food. So I told him, I said, "How about some chicken, some tomato sauce, maybe some grilled eggplant, garnish it with some fresh organic basil." It's like, ooh, that sounds great.
That sounds so good.
So I made this stuff up and I cooked it. And he doesn't like anything cooked on aluminum pans. So I had to cook it all in cast iron. And I put the sheet tray down. I put some parchment paper down, a couple layers because I had to cook the chicken on there. And he wanted to start chicken organic and air chilled. So I got this whole meal done. We got it done perfect temperature. The time it took for my wife and I to go over to where he was, the meat residue was nice and juicy. And here's the funny part. I walk into this baseball game. I got the food in my hand. And the lady says, "Where are you going?" And I said, "I have a delivery from Mr. Page. He knows I'm coming." Because I had called the arena ahead of time, told him, said, does Mr. Page know you're coming? He said, "Yes, he does. He knows." I have a food delivery from Mr. Page over there. It's like, "You can't come in here with that. There's no outside food allowed in the arena." And it's funny that the head of security for the arena came up to me. He said, he looked at the two ladies who were there and said, "He's been cleared. Let him through." Like, Hell yeah, you better let me through. Come on. So I went through and I gave him his meal, and he thought it was amazing. So
That's really cool.
it was a really like one of the highlights of my career.
I think that I know who you're talking about because I've seen that on Facebook, and I think that I know who you're talking about. And
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He met my wife, and we got pictures with them, and it was really cool. It was really cool to be able to do something for somebody who's done so much for so many other people.
yeah, they've had a lot of success programs on their with their yoga stuff that they do really well.
I lost
Great.
57 pounds with that program.
That's cool. Good for you.
Yeah,
Yeah. So do you cook with air fryers or with
I don't use an air
Instant
fryer.
Pot? Do you use an Instant Pot?
My father-in-law uses an Instapot. I'm very old school. I am a chef. I started my career back in a time where we flavored everything with bacon, butter, and booze. It's literally true. I'm a very old school chef. I haven't used an air fryer. I haven't used an Instapot. Um, am I willing to learn how to use those? Absolutely.
I
Um,
have the convection on my oven, but I haven't used a an
yes,
actual Instant Pot, but I
I've
love the
actually used
convection.
I've actually used our combi oven in my classroom. That's a very high tech piece of hardware. Actually, the really cool thing is I saw there was an option when I was studying through how to use it, French fries, and that combi oven actually turns into a giant air fryer on one of its modes and cooks French fries. So technically, yeah, I kind of have used an air fryer in a very large
Yeah,
capacity,
that's how mine is too.
but it works.
Yeah,
It works.
cool. So other than knives, what's your favorite utensil?
Favorite utensil? Oh, wow.
I have these like rubber spatulas that are like scoops. They're from Pampered Chef. Those things are amazing. And I've just gotten started using oh the I think that they're Swiss. Spurtles? Those are really nice too. Have you ever used one of those?
I have not. I guess besides a knife, I like a good pair of tongs. You
Yeah.
know, I have to have a good pair of tongs. They have to be heat resistant, and especially when I'm stirring something, making risotto or making a sauce, a good spoon, nice with a nice long handle, good heat resistant spatula that doesn't melt if you accidentally leave it in the pot. So stuff
Yes.
like that.
Do you use a lot of wooden spoons?
I actually do. I actually use. I think I have one good one somewhere,
Yeah.
and I actually have this big kind of. I have them in different sizes. I have these mixing paddles that I use, and I've actually used them. And I used a good potato. I like using a potato masher for mashing tomatoes to make sauce.
Mhm.
So I have a couple of different utensils I like to use.
Yeah. I think that the wooden spoons are very important, but I just recently got some good tongs, and those are a game changer for a lot of things. You can really make good use of good pair of tongs if they have, especially if they have like the rubber tips on them where you can kind of use them as a scraper too. They're really nice. Karen says, "Yes, I love Spurtles. So great for getting into jars." Yes, they are. Yeah, it's kind of like a spoon spatula, huh? It's like a spoon spatula rubber scraper all together in one.
Spoonula.
So tell me if you could cook for any one person, living or dead, past, future, whatever. Maybe not future, but if you could cook for one person, who would you like to cook for? Because it sounds like you've had some really cool opportunities already, but who would you like to cook for that you haven't had the opportunity?
Wow. Wow. Hmm. Wow. They have to be living.
No, anybody.
Hmm. Um. My uncle.
Your uncle?
My
Was
uncle
he
Tom.
was he a chef?
No, he wasn't. He actually died 11 years before I was born. He had muscular dystrophy. From what my other uncles told me, he was a great guy. He spent most of his time in a wheelchair, and it didn't stop him from having a great life. And he actually had a lot of people who actually helped him have a great life. And at my work, we have year-end awards for my seniors. And one of my year-end awards is for my students who help my special students to have a great time in class. And I call it the Thomas Albert Sitton Inspire Award. And I would love to cook for my uncle.
That's really nice. I bet that he would love it too. I bet that he would have loved to see what you can come up with.
Down and smiling, and I hope he's proud.
I bet he is. I bet he is. And I think that's like one of those things that kind of moves you forward, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love doing this stuff. I love making videos, and I'd love to do it full time. Wherever it takes me, great. And we will see.
Cool. So what service do you think your channel is providing?
I think it's showing that just because you have a diagnosis and just because you have a history, it doesn't mean it's your destiny. It doesn't mean you can't accomplish great things. I was told you can't do this a lot. I was told many, many times, you can't do this. I did it anyway.
Yeah.
People tell me, you're 48 years old. You can't have a monetized YouTube channel. You're too old. The name's in the channel. Watch me.
That's cool. Yes.
And I actually here's a story I want to share. And this is another really amazing opportunity I had. 2013, I believe it was. I was watching an episode of Top Chef Masters. And Franklin Becker was on there. He's one of the chefs. And he had just been voted off. And if you want to watch this, there's a video on the Autism Speaks page, Chef with Autism. You can see me on there. I actually did this. And he talked about his son having autism. His son wanted to be a chef, and he didn't know if it was possible. Well, I looked at that video, and I said to myself, after what I've accomplished, do I sit there and say, well, I hope his son does better? Or do I go and find this guy, track him down, send him an email or send him a message on social media and let him know, hey, it can be done. I've done it. I chose option B.
Good.
I went on the Bravo side. I found his name, and he's not with the organization anymore, but that's fine. That's not the point of it. My point isn't to promote an organization. This is a really cool story. And I wrote him a letter, and he said to me, thank you so much. This is awesome. I want to talk to you. Here's my number. Call me tomorrow. I was like, yeah, okay. All right. We'll see what happens. So I called. I did. And I left a message and said, I got to call you back. So maybe that's the last I'm going to hear of it. So I got a phone call back and said, hey, Tom, Chef Becker, how are you? I said, oh, hey, Chef, how are you? How you doing? It's like, well, and I said, I'm good. He said, thank you so much. What have you been doing? What do you do? And as I told him what I did, and I told him, at that time I was working with a lot of adult developmental centers, working with special needs adults and kids, teaching them how to cook. I was working a full-time job at Paradise Valley Estates Retirement Community, just doing all this stuff. I was working 4 jobs at the time and just trying to make ends meet. And I talked to him. He's like, that's really cool, man. That's really cool. I said, oh, by the way, in October, I'm having this event in New York, in Manhattan. It's the Autism Speaks to Wall Street Celebrity Chef Gala. 100 of the best chefs in the world are going to be there, along with 500 other people, top celebrities. It's a really big event. We raise millions of dollars. I want you there. I was like, Say what? Yeah. I want you there. I want you to get up on stage. I want you to share your story with the world over there. And you can meet some of the stuff. That Tom Colicchio from Top Chef, he's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. It's going to be a great night. I want you there. Can you make it? It's like, we'll fly you out there. We'll pay for your hotel.
Nice.
And I was like, huh? I was starstruck. I was like, okay. So I went there and I met all these celebrity chefs there, and I was looking around and it was like, what the heck am I doing here? And it's like, this is what it's like at the top. And it really was.
That's so cool.
And I told people that, and I was telling some of the other chefs, I said, what the heck am I doing here? I'm a nobody. One of the chefs there, it was really cool. Chef Rock, he said, not anymore. And I got to share my story with the world, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. I'll never forget it. Like I said, it wasn't about support. It's not about the organization that was supported at the time. It's about, I got to share my story, and it was pretty wow. So got
That's
to do a
really
lot of cool
great.
stuff.
That's great that you got the opportunity, but it's great that you actually followed through and did it.
Yeah.
Because some people wouldn't have done that, but that's really great that you did.
And especially with the channel, I remember it's like, you don't have that many subscribers. Like, yeah, well, I have 258 now. Got one more today. But you know what? That's one of my people. Like I said before. And I'm not going to quit. I want to do this.
Yeah.
Just finding out that I can get monetized on Facebook now. And I'm probably going to try. My date I'm pushing for is July 31st. I'm pushing to do an online cooking class, $10 per session. I think that's pretty reasonable.
I think that's cool.
And just see what we can do some stuff live and have some fun with it. I mean, I really want to pursue this, and I'm really enjoying it, and I'm not going to quit anytime soon.
Good.
I don't want to.
Let's go to the chat again. Karen says, that's so sweet. I think she was talking about your uncle. 48 is young. I'm old. You can do it. You're not old, Karen. I've seen old. You're not old.
Karen?
It's been incredible. I bet that was so cool.
48 is the new 38. Just saying. Right. You're not old.
Former student of Chef Tom. Hi. Lasange 33C. I'm not sure exactly how to. So tell us, La Sanchez, what was your favorite thing to cook when you were in school? I'd love to hear what you like to cook. So you're on, Tom, you're on Facebook. You're on you're on Instagram.
I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Chef Tom Dickinson. I'm on TikTok at Chef Tom Dickinson. I'm also on, I just recently got approved and to be a creator on another platform called Storyfire.
Cool.
So you actually have to submit your videos, and the administration team of Storyfire has to approve it, whether you get approved to be a creator on that platform. I have been approved, and the views I get on Storyfire, they're actually pretty good. People are watching the videos, and it's great.
Nice.
So I post videos on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, Tom Dickinson. I'm on TikTok at Chef Tom Dickinson, Instagram at Chef Tom Dickinson, and then if you're on YouTube, it's just watching me video. And
are you on Twitch also?
Twitch, yes. Watch me cook. Watch_me_cook. I am also on Twitch. I haven't done a live stream on there in a while. I'm going to be doing that. People can follow me. They can subscribe to support the content. Like I said, I'm going all in on this, and we're going to make it happen.
That's cool. So what is your goal in like 5 years? Where would you like to see this go?
My goal in 5 years, I would love to do this full time. I'd love to do this full time. I would love to. One of my biggest goals is there's somebody who's a hero in my life. I'm not going to mention her name or her connection to me. This person is a hero in my life, and this person has gone through every obstacle that they can, and has come out and does the very best to do very well for herself. One of my goals is, if I made enough money doing this, one of my goals is I would like to retire her.
Cool.
I would like to make enough money to take over my parents' mortgage so they can
That
live
would be
comfortably.
awesome.
My dad just turned to 80, and I would love it if he and my mom could live comfortably for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
something I want to do. I don't want to do this. Oh, I'm going to get rich and buy myself a big house. No, I'm going to get a modest house for myself, of course. No, my goal isn't to what can I do for me. My goal is what can I do for other people.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, my nephew's daughter, this was just kind of put on my heart. Right now, I'm currently putting money away for her to be able to go to college. She's 2 right now. When she's 18, I want her to have a good start in life. You know,
Nice.
This is something I felt that I wanted to do. And, you know, building up this channel and trying to do these things and doing the online, doing the online cooking classes on Facebook. This is a part of it. I'm an Amazon associate, so I'm starting to do more affiliate marketing, but this is part of it. I want to retire this person who is a hero of mine. You know, she's a few years older than me. I want to retire her. She's worked very, very hard all her life, and I want her to have a comfortable retirement. And not to mention, I want to put money away for retirement for myself, but I want to do those things.
I think that you can. I think that you've got, if you've got your goals and you've got your mindset, and that's what stops most people, right? Is not having those things in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know that I've been doing this YouTube thing for about a year and a half. I really haven't. I did it, but I got busy with the school year. I just really didn't commit to as much as I can, but I've just fully committed to it. I made one video yesterday. I'm working on another one tomorrow. And I want to be committed to this, even with the new school year coming around, and it's going to be stressful. I'm going to make it all work. I'm going to balance it all out.
Do you guys have do you guys have cooking classes where you cook for the kids' parents?
We actually we've been wanting to do that, but we're going to try that. We just got to see how the school year is going to pan out right now.
Yeah, see how that would be cool. Okay. Well, I think that you just keep going and keep posting stuff and keep, getting your stuff out there. And like you're saying, you're always trying new things and getting new equipment. And, and I think that's one of the funnest parts of being on YouTube is trying new things. So I know that it's fun me to try new things too.
I just got a 90 millimeter macro lens I wanted to try for some video shots, and it works great. It's just loud as anything, but I set my shot first and I hit record. One thing I've been doing is I've been changing in my videos is I do different shots of all the products I'm using. I actually use a 35 millimeter cinema lens for that because I want to get a really nice image of what we're doing here. But you know what? I envy the people who's like, I just do it on my phone. I get 2.5 million views. It's like, oh, you so lucky. I envy them so much. It's like,
yeah.
I'm a tech guy. I mean, I got to have tools around me all the time. It's just the way I am. I look at this. This is an investment in my self-care, in my mental health. I enjoy it. This is what I do. Is my mom's like, you need to get out of the kitchen and relax. It's like, I am relaxing.
That is relaxing.
Setting up my camera and my lights. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's a lot of work, but you know what? I love it.
Yeah.
It's what I actually wanted to do before I became a chef. And now I get a chance to do both.
Cool. That's really great.
I'm enjoying it really very much.
I'm very happy for you. And I hope that it all just continues to grow and flourish. So thank you so much. We're out of time here, but thank you all for so much for joining us in the Kitchen with Karen. Thanks for being here. And we will see in the Kitchen with Karen tomorrow night. And looking forward to that too. And everyone in the chat, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you guys very much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Yes.
And to Catalina Street's Gluten-Free Kitchen.
Yes. And we look forward to seeing more from you. And excited to see some of the new recipes and stuff that you bring out. So thank you so much for joining me here tonight. And I hope that we can work together soon again.
I hope so too. That would be awesome. Thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Good night.